Hey everyone, and welcome to Gutless, which is a twine horror game about something lurking in the deep, deep beneath. At this depth, bodies don't float upwards. Deep sea funerals are an involved process. The crew wrapped the departed in a large cloth, cocooning the body in layers and layers of canvas, an amulet in between each layer. The body is then placed in the antechamber, pressurized, and finally launched into the vast water. The body is then placed in the antechamber, blowhole, pressurized. The bundle of cloth shields our eyes from its implosion, but you don't ever forget the sound it makes, and finally launched into the vast water. We watch the bundle as it sinks, and we know that's where we're heading. That's where we're heading. By the time we reach the bottom of the Bat's hypelagic zone, we're already 3 men down. 2, 3. Day 43. You wake in a cold sweat. You have a splitting headache, and you're still Kinji Kitajima, captain of Charybdis. The pulse of the ship's heart makes your brain swell. You sit up, and as you surface out of your flimsy excuse for a blanket, a few empty bags of wine drop to the floor. You pull the microneedles out of your arm, and the ship's subvein retracts back into the wall. The pulsing becomes background noise as your ears and the rest of your body adjust to your heart rate, desynchronizing with Charybdis. So the ship, we are kind of connected to it, huh? But it's been weeks now since you began this journey into the depths. So we had a needle in our arm, and our heart rate was the same as our ship. It's part of safety protocol. You can't just dive down vertically like the whales once did, not when you're expected to say hadopelagic for days on end. Even with enhancements and mods, the human body has yet to conquer the implacable rule of the abyss. Day 43. You walk towards the bridge of Charybdis. Members of the crew eye you as you pass them. You can tell half of them don't respect you, but you're not worried about mutiny. You can't jettison the guy who's both the ship's brains and its main source of fuel. You'd be stupid to try anything. Selka, your second in command, signals to you. You always liked her. Smart, quick to the point, doesn't ask stupid questions. Captain, she hands you the headset. We intercepted the signal about half an hour ago. We'll have the beacon's location triangulated in a few hours. You nod and put the headset on. The beacon resonates through your head, and you feel nauseous for a second. It's not the sound, it's what it represents to you. You look through the porthole, and all you see is complete darkness. A salvage mission. That's what Proteus told you when they called you up. A research vessel. You remember it being called Scylla. Had sunk along with his black box and valuable data, and they had decided that it was best to send a manned crew down there. So they assigned you the mission, the ship, its 12-person crew, and sent you on your way. They told you it was a salvage mission, but you know you're going to see her. Day 44. Selka takes a sip from her beer bag. You know, I blame myself for... She gestures vaguely, but you know she's talking about the 3 losses the crew suffered early in the mission. I shouldn't have joked about. She takes another sip. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, you're right. You hear yourself say, in a voice you hope sounds convincingly comforting. You're always bad at comforting. It's a doomed voyage for me. The fuckers put me on this to get rid of me. You relax in your seat. They won't though. Selka looks at you, inquisitive yet professional. She's pretty in low light. But she's not her. I'll get their fucking black box. I'll go there myself. I don't care if we lose the whole crew on the way there. I won't let them just sink my whole career over one blunder. I'll cut my own limb off. I'll lose my eye if I must. Fuck them. I'll get us there. I'll get there and get her back. Her. You realize, after the fact, that you've gone on one of your tangents. No wonder half the crew thinks you're insane. Yeah, her. Scylla, whatever the name of the research vessel was. Piece of junk. Selka stares at you for a while, then concurs. Despite the losses, we're keeping a good pace. We should be there in a month's time. I'll drink to that. Are we into ships? So, we are kind of connected to our own ship, right? So, are we trying to rescue the ship to connect to as well? You think about thanking her, the words die on your chapped lips. Day 45. When Proteus first promoted you to captain, you were older than most of your cohorts. You celebrated anyway. You sure did. You were the life of the party. A reminder of times when being captain was synonymous with glamorous debauchery. That's how you make a good impression, on top of that uniform and decorum horseshit. It's all about body and blood, baby. You were the epitome of that. The rank of captain means you get access to first-class enhancements. Firstly, they outfit you with vestigial gills for better compatibility. First, they outfit you with vestigial gills for better compatibility with the dive suits. Then there's the minor surgeries, some of which are utilitarian, like the mod that makes your hands webbed under a certain amount of aquatic pressure. Others are purely decorative, part of the uniform, if you will. Bioluminescence, phalloplasty, tweaking your vocal cords so you don't sound like a fucking pubescent, nasally idiot with an hydrolux. She liked the changes. She liked the deeper voice. She definitely liked the new cock. She would finger your gills, knew how to reach both pain and pleasure receptors. Those were the hot, passionate golden days of the new prestige. It didn't last long. Are we talking about the ship? It's not your fault. It's not even hers. Keep telling yourself that. It's just that prestige, turning monstrous, was always part of the process. You just didn't notice it then. You don't even notice it now. The cost of prestige is that you're barely human when you reach the bottom of the ocean, and you're unrecognizable when you surface. Decorum is a veneer of humanity that you must adhere to in order to be allowed to exist among the common man. Decorum is what kept you together until it didn't. So we kind of became like merfolk. Day 56, that's a big jump. Things were uneventful for about a week after detecting Scylla's signal. Things were almost joyous. It didn't last. It wasn't mutiny you worried about, and you were correct about that. You should have worried about the infighting instead. Put a group of subordinates under enough pressure, and if they can't take it out on you, they'll start taking out on each other. It just had to happen to your crew. Inside of a fight, Weeks and Ramirez, petty officers, and childhood friends, you only saw the aftermath. Weeks with a harpoon straight through the heart, butcher's knife in hand, Ramirez disemboweled, guts spilling on the bridge, grating. Who cares why it happened? Could it be nitrogen, narcosis, HPNS, long-time rivalries, momentary lapses in social inhibitions, or plain old boredom. You all take turns shouting the dead in the antechamber. There's a palpable anxiety in the air. "58. A knock on your cabin door. Selka appears in the doorframe. "Captain," she begins. You see her eyes wander over the aluminum bags littering your cabin. A split-second glance. She doesn't remark on them. Morale is, well, she clears her throat. "It's rancid, sir." "Right." Selka briefly looks irked, then her expression smooths back into one of impeccable professionalism. She tenses her shoulders and takes a deep breath. "A good way to, keep everyone else alive is giving them recess for a day. Let them rest and remember their mates. And," she hesitates, "the order has to come from you, not me. They have to know there's at least some goodwill left in you. You can't let them feel like they're being sent to the meat grinder by an uncaring, incompetent madman." You nod. "Right. That's not what's happening, right, Captain?" You feel it in her voice. It better not be. Day 59. You announce a day of recess to the rest of the crew. 6 exhausted faces look up to you, and you feel some of the anxiety visibly fade away from their expressions, making space for cautious relief. As you step out of the mess hall, you glance at Selka. She gives you a thumbs up. Day 59. Alone in your cabin, you hear the crew singing old shanties in the mess hall. The lyrics to those used to come easy to you. You used to be good. You used to be a good singer too, before your voice got fucked. You used to feel camaraderie. Now your head is all bad dreams, pain, and bathymetric charts, and your rank and strange body reflect that. You pull the subvein out of your pulsing wall, flinching as the microneedles pass your skin once again. Go on. Type a few words in the ship's log. Carbidas, ship log, day 59. Day of recess mandated by Captain Kidajima. Raise crew for work in less than ideal conditions. Morale improving. Carbidas still within predicted pace. Raise crew for work. Renewed motivation and mission. All well. Lip service for the almighty company. You chuckle at your handiwork and open up another bag of wine. Day 62. Antechamber incidents. 3 lost in sudden pressurization. Damn. So the diving bell incidents. The blowhole convulsed and yawned wide open, instantly bringing everyone in the room and ejecting them out into the abyss. The fucking carnage. No one to blame. There's only 4 of you left. You darkly joke to yourself that morale has joined Chabitis in the Hadal zone. Maybe you should put that into the ship's log tonight. Selka looks at you. And you know what she's thinking. You didn't always drink. You used to hate drinking. You used to think it was all about clean mind, clean body, clean blood. You used to feel superior for it. She introduced you to it. She's always been more of a free spirit than you, less bound by rules and regulations. Being a researcher and not a sailor will do that. You took to it like a baby to the bottle. It made you feel good. It made you feel like the smoothest fucker who's ever walked the side of the Pacific coast. It made you feel like a 10-foot tall giant, your gills dilated, and your bioluminescent spots shone brighter. The admirals warn you against the drink when you're young. You don't want to accidentally corrupt your ship when your ship is the only thing that's separating you from immediate implosion. Okay, so we are into humans. Can you believe, however, that a ship is as good as its captain? And if the captain is a functional alcoholic, then that can go through bags of wine without being majorly affected, then the ship can take it. You tell yourself it helps keep the bloodstream warm and the cold abyssal water too. Alcoholism is just part of the legacy she left within you. You poison your bloodstream with wine in a fruitless attempt to reclaim your body from Charybdis. You mistake its silence for intent, its function as proxy. You resent the ship for making you the way you are, a blood bag. You take another swig. An instant later, you hear the ship's innards groan, in what you can only interpret as pain. Good. Pain is a language you both speak well enough. Day 68. You're in the antechamber again. Who's dead? You're sick of the deja vu, but you are here out of duty. Men. 23-year-old engineer and last of the crew stands in front of you across the stretcher. He looks devastated. He's about to cry, and it makes you uncomfortable. You watch your drunken hands wrap Selka's body in canvas, trying to carefully place the teardrop-shaped stone amulet onto her shrouded breast. The smooth stone slips out of your blurred fingers and drops onto the metal floor. Then picks it up. You silently watch him wrap her in a second layer. Selka's dead. You both stand in silence as you watch Selka's body sink out of view. Sir, Min finally says. He looks at you, dark circles under his sunken eyes, fidgeting with the ring on his index finger. He looks younger than 23. I don't want to die. You give him a smile. You want to believe it's paternal, a pat on his shoulder, and you stagger away from him. Day 71. You wake up naked in the ship's heart. The heartbeat absolutely does your head in, and you open your eyes to see empty wine bags scattered around the room. The ache in both muscle and bones tells you that you've been here for a few days. You bitterly remember her words. The body keeps the score. You lurch out of the heart into the crew quarters, and you admire the damage in the bathroom mirror. Your nose is broken, and on your face is an inexplicably smug smile you can't seem to get rid of. It occurs to you that perhaps the broken nose was an attempt to fix that. Day 72. You realize that Min is gone. You realize that you don't really care when or why he's gone. Maybe he just got sick of you and left, like she did. You stumble through the empty ship, not really looking for Min so much as just moving through the space. The ship isn't much bigger without its crew. Another hatch, the mess hall, then crew quarters. The crew is abandoned, ransacked, possessions strewn about the common rooms, most likely by you, looking for more alcohol. You sit for a while in the control room. Your entire body is sore. Your head feels like it's going to explode, but you tune in the frequency with a beacon, and its repetitive, echoey sound comforts you. It comforts you because you're close. The walls pulsate around you, and it reminds you to transfuse your poisoned blood with the ship once more. One last time. You're almost there. Day 77. You stagger into the antechamber. Heavy, uneven footsteps shudder through the hull and echo behind you like drunken sonar. Finally, the word resonates in your head like a mantra, a spell, or a curse. Blood and oil seep out of your gloves while you check the seal in your dive suit. One oversight and your body gets crushed instantly, and there's no room for error when you're just about to see her. Finally, you will see her, and she will see you. and you'll talk to her, and she'll stay with you. You handpicked the perfect outfit. Yes, you did. It flatters your mangled body and wounded soul. You can already picture her, looking towards you. As you approach her, she smiles. Through the haze of fantasy, you still see your left hand as it types the code to initiate the pressurization process. Your right hand as it grabs a harpoon. The cool handle of the harpoon reassures you it's a primitive weapon designed for deliberate, unequivocal violence. The antechamber fills with dark water. This time, you won't be deathly afraid to see her. After all, pain is a language that you speak well enough. The blowhole opens up. Day 77. Total darkness. Chavdas, heartbeat, fades out as you swim away from it. The familiar tingle of the dive suit shifting to adapt to the pressure fades away, leaving you alone in the cold, black ocean. Breathe in, float up, breathe out, float down. It's simple. It's always been so simple here. Your eyes can't adjust in this darkness. This is the place where evolution makes them obsolete, and yet, a low hum, a faint light, a few meters ahead, you swim towards her. Her bioluminescence dress bellows in the wind. She looks in your direction as you approach her. In the glimmer of twilight, in the middle of the city, her orange blossom perfume, the smell of oil and blood. She sees you, radiant, and you know this time you'll win her over. You smile. She is not smiling. She is not smiling, and that should have been reason enough to sound every alarm in your enhanced, mangled body. Should have been reason enough to get the fuck away from the slow car crash. But you're the one behind the wheel, Captain, and nothing's stopping your fucked up, red-hot engine. Not now, not ever. A part of your brain you thought you suppressed whispers to you, please, start, gently. Hey. The words you want to say spin in your head, while your throat has already formed its own opinion of what it wants to say. What, are you mad that I'm here? And the response. She's not one for silent treatment. She never was. You know this is the deeper part of yourself. So she's not angry at you. As a start, you dare to feel hopeful. Are you happy to see me? Wait, there's another option. Your fucked up vocal cords refuse to cooperate with you, distorting your words beyond recognition. You don't even know what I went through to get here. Still, no response. Perhaps your poisoned brain should take a backseat and let your pure, lucid, logical heart do the talking. Fuck, alright, shouldn't even look at you as if you're below garbage. Have you become that pathetic in the past 5 years? No fucking way. Fuck, look at me. Haven't put your favorite jacket on. Always liked this one. You said it makes me look sexy. You told yourself you wouldn't beg. You're doing her a service by letting her back to you. That's what you should tell her. She could be doing so much better than that freaking looking counselor nerd. She could be doing you. Right, I get it. Your new boy toy is all the rage, isn't he? I've seen him. Don't tell me you actually like him. Does he have girls too? Or did I turn you off them forever? This is some weird sci-fi stuff. You should go harder, get to the point. I'm gonna wait a moment for the choices, in case, there's a hidden choice. Does he kiss the freckle under your left tit like I used to? More. Worse. Do you still wear that nightgown? The one with the frills? Do you remember? Do you wear it and think about me when he fucks you? That's it. That's 5 years of venom you just spit. Yeah, alcohol's not doing as good as it. So why doesn't it feel good? Why does it feel like you're still at the wheel, crashing a car in slow motion? This should have been your moment, your catharsis. You've been chasing it for months on. Sharp this, much, much longer on the surface. For the first time, she looks at you, and her expression changes into one of sadness. Abyssal sadness. She pities you, you poor old wanker. Your grip tightens on the harpoon you forgot you were holding. I don't need your pity. She continues to stare at you and moves towards you. Her dress bellows around you, and you feel like you're back in '68, under a bedsheet in your apartment. Young love, filling your new heart. She once said you had a vast soul, and you laughed and asked her where that came from, and she said she didn't know. A game, probably. It's the lights of the city at dusk again. The orange blossom perfume you never smell on her neck again. The way your voice sounded alien in your throat when you told her not to go. It's the day she left again. It's so quiet. Don't do this to me. She looks at you with compassion you never deserved, and it breaks your fucking heart a second time. Fuck this. Fuck all of this. You arm the harpoon, take aim, and press the trigger. The harpoon plunges into the abyss. You missed her by a mile, a nautical fucking mile. You drunk idiot. What did you think would happen? Look up. At her. Do it, coward. That's the last time you'll ever see her face. She's gone. Our jellyfish girlfriend is gone. Well, jellyfish X is gone. You wake up in the cold, black ocean. Astringent, ringing screeches through your body. Dive suits were meant to keep you alive for 12 hours at the abyssal level, 6 hours at Hadal level, but alive doesn't necessarily mean full cognition, let alone motor function. Even with all your enhancements, your giant ego, and your poor, broken heart, you're still just one guy with the weight of the entire Pacific Ocean on his shoulders. You're fucked. And being the miserable fool you are, your dive-alarm is waking you up just to remind you how fucked you are. You close your eyes, a pointless endeavor here. You imagine seeing the sunrise. Gutless. That's pretty cool. So, I'm wondering if our ship was a whale. We are kind of a fish person, right? Fish person. We have all these augments to our body, gills, and bioluminescence to operate in the deep ocean better, not properly, not indefinitely. So we're not an actual fish. We are human, technically, despite all our augments. What else can I say, really? The protag we play as is not really a good person. He has an ego. He's a drunk. His crewmates didn't like him. And his ex doesn't like him anymore. Which is what we are so fixated on. Which is why we agreed to go on this mission, despite everyone dying in the process. We don't care. We just wanted to see our ex down there. So what I'm getting is that our ex was a human, right? And probably how we have augments, she has augments as well. Her vessel, the Scylla, she was maybe the captain there. She and her augments became trapped down there. I don't know if she's an actual jellyfish, but she seems to be living in the abyss much better than we are as a fish person, which is interesting. So she's probably more augmented than we are. Yeah, I guess that's it really. The music's nice, and the background images really set the mood for the game. So, thank you everyone for watching, and later.